What is going on, guys? Quality XA here today, and today I'm actually bringing you guys a brand new video on Destiny 2. Now what we're going to be talking about today is a load of news what has been circulating, as well as this week at Bungie we do have some interesting information about a brand new community manager as well, so let's get right into this. So starting with the community manager. Now, I'm not actually saying that someone has joined, but there is a brand new job on offer for a community manager at Bungie. And it says Bungie is looking for a community manager to help our studio improve and develop our approach to our player base and be responsible for delivering on the day-to-day creation and publication of social content. Now, this does sound like a really cool position. Maybe for some of you who even follow me or watch my videos may want to actually apply for this if you've got the right qualifications. Obviously, I will leave a link in the description below, but this actually started some fuel to the fire whether was there a community manager leaving. Now what you guys see here is Cosmo replying on Reddit and says, "Neither of us are leaving. I know there is a lot of salt around here right now. We are busy trying to help the team improve things and don't plan on giving up." Now this is good signs. Obviously it would be extremely bad for Bungie and Destiny, in my opinion, if one of the community managers or leaders actually left. I think that would absolutely suck, because we do actually have a good group of guys who are always interacting with us and are just genuinely nice people, and everyone who does reply to their comments and whatever, they've been getting a lot of slack recently, so that's why a lot of people thought that they may be leaving, but they are 100% not leaving at this point in time anyways, which is really good news. On the next topic though, speaking about people leaving, we actually have the Activision Publishing CEO Eric Hirshberg is leaving the company after spending 8 years there. Now if you guys didn't know, the 8 years he was there, Call of Duty was the #1 game, I believe 7 of those 8 years, or it may have been all 8, but he did an absolutely phenomenal job for the Call of Duty franchise, and he actually has interactions with the Destiny guys in Bungie. Obviously Activision sort of have this contract with Bungie for 10 years, so Eric Hirshberg has had a big say in what happens and what goes on with the publishing between Destiny and Bungie, so this could have some huge effects on what actually happens with Destiny. I'm not too sure what the changes could actually be yet, but this would mean that someone has to overtake as CEO of Activision and obviously make some changes around that company. Will be very interesting to see how it affects Destiny as well as Call of Duty, but as a Destiny fan I'm more interested in that. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is a good thing that Eric Hirshberg has left, or did you guys want him to stay? Did you think he was doing a good job at Activision? Let me know in that comment section below. Next up, talking about Activision as well, Activision have announced that their Activision Blizzard 4th quarter calendar for 2017 results conference call is actually happening on February the 8th, 2018. Now what this basically does is that they come up with the earnings and say how well games have been doing based on microtransactions and all of that good stuff, and you actually do learn some stuff around here. They come out with new information about content that's actually coming in the games and how the games have actually been doing. So if you guys do want to check that out, again, a link will be in the description below. It's happening February the 8th at 1:30 PM ET. So yeah, really cool, and it is definitely worth a listen to in my opinion. Next up, we're talking about the Prometheus Lens. Now this is actually going to be fixed and patched in the January 30th patch, so definitely worth keeping an eye out for this. The Prometheus Lens obviously was a pretty fun weapon to use, but yes, it's going to be fixed and patched in that January 30th patch. It was confirmed by Cosmo, and he actually says you won't have to wait until Season 3, it will be updated January 30th. So really cool, cannot wait to see what they actually do with this. Will they make it worse or make it better? Really cannot wait, because I do think it is actually a really decent weapon, and it's exotic. It's supposed to be overpowered in my opinion, but obviously we don't want something that completely ruins the game, so yeah, just have to wait and see about that. Next up, we're actually going to be talking about this week at Bungie, so specifically faction rallies as well as the Sandbox changes. So with the faction rallies, obviously we had a patch in which you can actually no longer loot lost sector chests continuously and pretty much get unlimited tokens. They made it so you can only loot like 1 or 2, and then you get a 10-minute lockout from lost sector chests. Now I personally think it is quite good that they've done this, but yeah, I kind of miss it because I really wanted my gear. But regardless, moving on to the next point, there was obviously that big hiccup about Season 2 weapons, and Bungie had this to say about it. The other question that players immediately asked when decrypting their faction engrams was, where are the new Season 2 weapons? It was not made clear beforehand that the new Season 2 weapons would be added throughout the events of seasons, rather than all at once at the beginning. This was on us, no excuses. You can read the full details with how the weapons will be rolled out here. We will be remedying this lapse in communication next week with details on what you should expect when the next Iron Banner rolls out in Season 2. So a couple of things to talk about in that paragraph. Obviously, the way that they are rolling out weapons now is every time there is a new faction rally, you will be able to obtain a brand new weapon. And the old weapon that was on which you could purchase from your faction leaders will go into the loot pool of the engrams. It's kind of a good system, but I really wish Bungie explained that previously rather than just throwing us out there and not doing anything about it, no communication, but they have recently cleared that up. Also, the next Iron Banner, they're going to be talking to us next week on the details on which we should expect for the next Iron Banner. Now, I'm really hoping that they don't keep a similar stance on this. I really hope that we actually get the brand new weapons, or should I say the reskins, whatever you guys want to call them. But yeah, I just really don't want them to mess this up. It's just a personal opinion. I do believe when they should give us content, they should give us it all instead of letting us have it slowly and slowly. It just gets boring. The pace of it is just really not that fast. And yeah, I definitely believe that the next Iron Banner, they should release all of this, and it is actually coming at the end of this month, I do believe. So we'll just have to wait and see all of the details next week. Next up, we have some information from Josh Hamrick, and he pretty much says what's going on with the Sandbox at this point in time. So he says that his team is actually working on the exotic pass as well as the next balance pass. So there's going to be a load of changes for exotics, making them more godlike and feel better in game to use, more overpowered. And they're also, like I said, working on the next balance pass, which is actually coming out in Season 3. So it's actually quite a while away, but hopefully this pass is pretty good. There's also been some work on the mods 2.0, so there's going to be a huge change to the mod system and how it works, and I really cannot wait for that. I'm really excited to see how they can change the mods, because they seem a bit pointless. There's not too much of a change when you attach them to weapons or gear, so yeah, really cannot wait to see what they do with that. As well as that, they do say 2018 is shaping up to be a huge year for all of us, and there is plenty of Sandbox improvements and changes coming your way. As we move closer to realising all of the new efforts being made, we'll continue to show up here to share many more details about how it's all shaping up and how it will all work. We expect you to keep showing up and sharing your feedback and passion for the game. So it does sound like they're going to be more involved. The Sandbox team, this is the first time they've spoke in a long while, and Josh Hamrick did actually send out a tweet as well. At the highest level, we want to make you feel more like a god as you're playing the game. I think that will influence all of our decisions, and I believe is what, if you totally condense it all down to a single statement, is what I'm hearing from the community as well. So very interesting. He does pretty much say he's also going to be a little bit more vocal through his tweets. So Josh Hamrick, definitely worth a follow on Twitter, because he is going to keep us up to date. And it does sound like there is going to be some cool Sandbox changes, making us feel more like gods. Does that mean PvE is going to be a little bit easier? Will we do more damage? Something like that. It'll just be really cool to wait and see, and I'm really excited. But yes guys, that's pretty much the video. If you did enjoy it, a like would be much appreciated. I know it did drag on quite a lot, but yeah, just a load of information to talk about this week. Smash that like button guys, let's see if we can hit 50 likes, as well as subscribing if you guys are new around here. But as always, peace out, and I hope you enjoyed.